It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we'll keep our eye on Divine Diablo. He's coming off an excellent 12-tackle game last week. It's the Raiders and the Bills, and it's all up next.
On a gorgeous late summer afternoon, it's time for football from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And it's the defense that's really the star of the show.
The Bills defense ready to go and in good form coming off the shutout a week ago. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
And his play was pointed out as a big reason why they got that victory in the opener. He settled in nicely with his new running mates on defense, and they'll need to get off to a fast start here in week 2.
Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
The Bills defense ready to go again. Nothing on the scoreboard for either side here. 0-0 in the opening quarter as this next drive gets underway.
Here we go. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Credit the sack to Von Miller. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
All right, partner, Deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
The Buffalo defense back out there. They, you might remember, forced a safety last time they were out there, so they're playing with some confidence now as this drive begins with a first down.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
The Bills defense ready to go again. They've had the upper hand so far in this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this first down.
Here we go. Garoppolo on first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's 3rd and 7. To throw is Garoppolo. Escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. The Buffalo defense back out there. They'll start by looking at a 1st and 10 at the 25.
Here we go.
Play action, Garoppolo. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to him. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire...
The Bills defense ready to go again. They'll try to get the football right back to their offense who just punted. So now they'll try to force a punt themselves. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. That is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tyler Matakevich coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The Buffalo defense back out there. They've looked good so far. This whole team has, for that matter, in the midst of a big first half as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On first down, Garoppolo. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Gregory Rousseau. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish on I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys...
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And they are in a tight one, all tied with the visiting Ravens. The Bills got a terrific first half from the man on the cover.
The Bills defense ready to go again. They'll play with a lead here to begin this third quarter. Looking for another solid half of football to carry them to victory.
Here we go.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Wait.
Now Garoppolo.
Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
The Buffalo defense back out there. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable third quarter lead as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, and pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
The Bills defense ready to go again. And they'll begin by trying to defend a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Stiff-armed him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Under pressure, and down he goes. Ed Oliver able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Buffalo defense back out there. They've pitched the shutout here into the fourth quarter. Been sensational. The question, can they finish it off? They'll need to come up with another stop here.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The offense on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Von Miller in there to get him again. That is sack number 6. One off the NFL record of 7.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
The Bills defense ready to go again. They've put in a very good shift so far, and this one pretty well in hand. Just looking to finish strong here in the fourth as this next drive starts 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Here we go.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Garoppolo.
Short throw, and that's held in by Mayer. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Automatic first down. Here we go, here we go.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Garoppolo now. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
the winning team here, Charles. That's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have